Once you start seeing these signs, your husband is no longer happy in that marriage. These signs I'm about to tell you now, you have to mark them, note them. If you start noticing these things about him, he is no longer happy in that marriage. In most cases, some don't open up, but if you're lucky, he might open up to you, depending on how you get along with each other. Some will tell you why, some will not. Now, if you notice your husband has started withdrawing emotionally and becoming more distant, he's not happy in that marriage. And what you have to do is to approach him immediately to know what the problem is. Don't go and give him silent treatment too, because it will worsen the whole thing. So mark him or target the exact time to meet him and know what the problem is. But if you keep him quiet and start giving him the silent treatment or try to show him that you don't even care, things will get worse and he will avoid spending time with you. And by that time, he shows little interest in intimacy. He no go be as he be before. He becomes overly critical of his partner. Another one is that he will stop sharing his thoughts and feelings with his partner. He will no longer be free or bother to share things with you again. And as a good partner, try to show him that you still care, in as much as he doesn't share things with you again. No matter what, approach him and know what the problem is. Still show him that you care about his feelings. After a problem shared is a problem solved. Because if you choose to give him the silent treatment, he will always appear frustrated. And that gets him at times into drinking or even coming home late. And anybody who sees him out there at the bar drinking at that hour will know that he's not a happy man. You know something, marriage is not always sweet. It is not always sweet. But when it gets tough, still show each other that you care for one another. In fact, that is a period you have to prove to him that you are still his best friend. The silent treatment is not always the best. If your spouse can no longer discuss things with you or like talk about the future together, or maybe, in fact, make an effort in your relationship, you find out that your relationship is dying. It is leading to breakup. That is why you need to act fast. And if you are not making any effort to put things right, it will get worse by the day. Gradually, little by little, before you know what is happening, he has disconnected from family activities. You go feel saying a joke. Now so marriage or relationship they break. Because you have allowed things to get worse. By that time, it will be difficult to resolve. Again, is that when you find out that he spends more time on hobbies than his spouse, or his friends out there than his spouse, he's not happy. And that keeps me wondering, what could be more interesting? Who could be more interesting than you, his partner? What is the problem? What is going on? What kind of hobby is that? Or are your friends now more familiar than I do? You know, it is embarrassing because the emotional intimacy there has dried up. Because you are there and it's like you are not there. The emotional intimacy there is no longer active. So don't let things to get to that extent. And you, the husband, learn how to relate with your wife. You don't keep grudges in relationship and marriage. It doesn't show you emotionally connected or care at all. If you decide to keep quiet, things will be spoiling. Before you know what is happening now, you start fantasizing about life without your partner, which is wrong. And the wives, I've always advised you should learn to seduce your husbands. Because in most cases, when a man doesn't get enough sex from you, he doesn't used to be happy. It is spoil a mood like mad. And if you know what they make and vex, no they do them. Especially when you go don't talk, complain, you know they change. It can affect your relationship with him. And lastly, be clean. Learn to keep your environment clean. That's another thing that can trip a man for where woman day. Love yourself because you are a limited edition. Thank you.